So now on a more serious note, we're going to take a moment to honor two people who literally give voice to our industry, Bob and Debra Deyan.
What, I gotta cry the whole time?
Well, Bob, let me tell you, I actually have to apologize to people here in the audience tonight because the outpouring of emotional responses that resulted from this honor meant that there was no way we could include everyone's kind words. So I have some words to share with you, and then I'm going to take a real chance because we always know at audio events when we try to do audio, it doesn't go so well.
I have my confidence in those guys.
Excellent. So let's start with a few words from Diane McKiernan, Assistant Director at Penguin Audio, who said, "For the last several years, I've had the pleasure of working with Bob and Debra. They meet every project I throw at them with equal enthusiasm and have become indispensable to our team. For Bob and Debra, no schedule is too tight, no science fiction too weird, and no romance too steamy, unlike these two down here. Their outstanding audiobook productions make our authors happy and turn listeners into rabid fans, which of course we all benefit from. It's been a privilege to work with them, but even more of a privilege to get to know them on a personal level. Bob and Debra have a contagious positivity that makes everyone feel good just to be around them." So now let's give this a try, okay? I'm going to give the sound cue, and we're going to hear from Claudia Howard from Recorded Books.
There's a story I love to tell about the Deyans. It was 11 years ago. We'd just met. I had an actress I just loved who had moved to LA. I called Bob and I asked, "Do you have a studio?" He said, "Yeah, it's just a little closet, but I have a studio." So I talked to my actress and I said I had found her a place where we could continue to record together if she'd like to see what it was like. Though I did warn her it was small, the size of a closet. Well, she called me after the first session. "Claudia, it is a closet. A real closet. Bob's clothes are on one side, Deb's are on the other. And there's a folding chair, a microphone, and a music stand in the middle. The cables run under the door, and Bob directs from the living room." Well, I went on to book hundreds of sessions in that closet and found lifelong friends. I count my lucky stars. We are a part of the Deyan audio story.
Bob and Debra, you never feel anything but cared for, listened to, and appreciated, and they really bring something special to their work that goes far beyond the business of audiobooks. It really goes into the true artistry of audiobooks and to the fun of who you really are. And Colleen Rocky, creative director at Brilliant, says on behalf of the recording studio staff, "Without a doubt, Bob and Debra Deyan have put their hearts and souls into the audiobook industry. And what kind hearts and gentle souls they are. I've never seen either of them without a smile on their face. They're welcoming and kind to everyone they meet, even as they devote their every waking moment to producing audiobooks. If they're not working on a recording, they're preparing for another one, planning the next bulk deal, or marketing their business. Cheerful with a purpose, they are appreciated by many for their honesty and openness." All right, and we're going to try one more sound cue. We ready? We've got Dan Musselman, West Coast industry veteran and director of studio productions for the Random House Audio Publishing Group.
I call him El Babo. I've known Bob for so long, I don't even remember why I call him that. In the early 90s, when Bob was doing sound editing for Dove Audio in Beverly Hills, until now, that Deyan Audio has become a tour de force in the audiobook industry. Back in the day, we were recording Amy Tan reading her novel, The Joy Luck Club. Amy had brought her little Yorkshire Terrier with her into the studio, and the dog would occasionally yawn and stretch and make little doggy squeaks and whines during the recording. The Deyans were editing the book, and one afternoon, Bob, who was unaware there was a dog in the author's lap, called to ask, "What's wrong with Amy Tan? Is she okay?" I explained about the dog. But there was genuine concern in Bob's voice, and that same concern and compassion has been present for all these years. Here's to you, Bob and Debra. Congratulations.
And now we'll see a few words behind them, more quotes from the family that you've actually created here in the audiobook industry. You've supported us, you've stuck with us during the lean times, and you've clearly shown us you love what it is you do. So, Bob, before you speak, I'm going to close with the words of my colleague Dan Hikes, executive producer of Audio Go. Bob and Debra Deyan, friends, mentors, kick-butt audio producers. Congratulations.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. And that was said by Lou Gehrig, July 4th, 1939. And the reason I'm quoting him is because I have respect for him. I know what he went through, what he went through, and what I'm going through right now. ALS is a very difficult disease. To those of you who don't know, or haven't seen me before in a while, this all happened in January. We went to the doctor. We had just opened our new facility in Tarzana. I'm sorry, not Paige.
You're excited.
I am so excited. This is so great. We had just opened our new facility, had a wonderful showing party, had people for the Grammys come out, and the next day I went to the doctors and found out that there was problems with my leg. It had dropped my foot and I couldn't get it to move right. So I thought it was something to do with my bad hips that I'd had when replaced, but that didn't seem to be it. After 5 neurologists did tests on me, they said, "I'm sorry, but you have ALS. It's terminal. And 50% of the people that get this die within the first year. 50% of the people that live after that usually live for about 5 to 10 years. And I don't want to bring the party down, but you know what? I'm going to fight this. And my wife and I want to give voice to ALS. Because it's a very silent killer. People will lose muscle function in their legs, and then it goes to the arms, and then it goes to the chest, and eventually the business that I love so much, my voice will go as well. So while I have a voice, I'm going to talk and talk and talk. Okay. So I'm hoping there'll be a cure for it, and I'm hoping that we'll all contribute it somehow, and I'm hoping you'll join me in this fight. I want to turn over the words to my better half, who is helping my business and keeping it going and keeping it strong as she has for the past 25 years. She is the business side of it. I'm just the artsy side of it. Love working with actors, actresses, beautiful voices, Dion Grahams. Anyways, let me turn this over to Debra.
I just simply want to thank every one of you for this, okay, so what I wanted to say is simply this. A lot of you guys sent in some words for us when you found out that Bob was sick, and we just want to thank you, because ever since Michelle called and said that this was going to happen, Bob has jumped out of bed at 6 a.m. every day with a silly smile on his face, and it's thanks to all of you. And my life and my career was already a dream, and this is just out of this world. Just thank you. Thank you very much.
How lovely. And now for an awkward segue back to cheap jokes.